Welcome back. The LA Sparks are up 3 against the Atlanta Dream, and I have Atlanta Dream's owner, Renee Montgomery, here with me. Renee, it's a packed house in here for the last home game. You have to be proud of the culture you're building here in this stadium.
Super proud. Like you said, it's a packed crowd in here. We know our standings. We know that our season is over at this point. We're not going to make the playoffs, but the fans are supporting us, and there's some energy in the building. I think people understand what we're trying to build here.
This is your first year as an owner. You just walk me through this journey and then also what you've learned about yourself throughout this time.
Yeah, you know, it's been a long journey. People have talked a lot about our journey with the Atlanta Dream, but I'm happy to be here at this point. Like we talked about, all this energy in the arena. We've had a lot of adversity. We've had a coaching change, another coaching change. We've had a GM. We've had a lot of different things with our players going on. So for our players to be playing like they are, the energy, chemistry we have on the court and in this building, yeah, I would say I'm proud of this.
You also hired a new president as well. What does the future look like for the Atlanta Dream?
It's exciting, and you know, if people don't know about Morgan, the reason we went out and got her is because she's business, and with the WNBA, and not just the WNBA, the Atlanta Dream, we need business done at a high level. We need to be doing big business, and we're in a city that has a lot of business here. She has a lot of connections, and the city's hungry for it. When I talk to people about the Atlanta Dream, you know, everybody has good things to say. People want to be involved, but we need a closer, somebody that's going to come in there and get those deals done. So, you know, those are big things. Like I talked about it, I was celebrating here like we had a franchise player come because we did, and it's in the front office.
Absolutely. And also, just speaking on that, is there any off-season plans that you have that you're already thinking about?
You know, for me, off-season is exciting. We have a lot of players up for contract. We have a lot of unrestricted free agents, but for us, it's a chance to build how we want to build. You know, we got the team 4 months before the season started, and we rolled with it. And now we want to be able to put our hand in our team and our footprint on the team. And so I'm excited. You know, we're working. You know, there's some other things that we're working on that haven't been announced yet, but we're excited for where we're heading, the people that we're going to have leading the charge, and what the team is going to look like on and off the court, because we want to stand with the community and different things of that nature. And this year was a pandemic year still. I know that a lot of people, we wanted to be out in the community more. We'll be doing that next year.
And speaking of the future, it looks bright because the odds do look like it's in your favor, possibly for a #1 overall pick. What does that mean for this team, and what are you looking forward to the most in that?
Yeah, we're looking to get pieces, you know, to add to this team and this nucleus we're going to have built. And for us, you never go out to try to want to get the #1 pick in the sense of you don't want to be that team that doesn't make the playoffs. But we're here right now, and that's our situation, and we're going to be looking for somebody that we can add because we're building this thing brick by brick. I know it wasn't the season that the fans wanted. It wasn't the season that we wanted, but we're happy with where we are in a sense of we know it's only up from here.
Well, speaking of that, this team has a lot of resilience, a lot of fight. Can you just describe the fight and resilience of the Atlanta Dream?
Yeah, you know, we got a passion about ourselves. We're playing a certain way right now, and our players know their season is over. We're not going to make the playoffs. We've been eliminated, but you can't tell by how we play. You couldn't tell by how hard we were playing all season. You know, we fell short a lot of games where they were close games, 6 or less points. And to me, it could have gone either way. And when you look at the standings, we're playing against an LA team that's lost 19 games, and they're fighting to be in the playoffs. So it's not like we were so far out of the playoffs, you know. We were right there. There were certain games that we could have won or lost. It's up in the air. So for me, I tell players, shake that off. We're building.
Well, you know these players more than anyone else. You were in their shoes. You played with them before. And I just saw you play with Dr. Crystal Bradford as well. What are you telling this team right now during this time?
Hold your head, man. I think that everyone, you know, gets in a panic mode. Yes, we didn't have a great season, but I tell them hold their head because you play a certain way, you play the right way. We're going to build in the offseason, and we're going to change this thing around. We're not going to be the 11th place team every year, and I told them if you play a certain way and you represent yourself and us a certain way, we can figure everything else out.
And then overall, while we were waiting for this interview, I mean, the city overall, they show you a lot of love. What does the city of Atlanta mean to you?
Man, Atlanta's dope. I talk about it all the time. Atlanta embraced me like I'm one of their own, and I want Atlanta to embrace the Atlanta Dream that way. You know, when I first got here, I felt like the city didn't know enough about the WNBA team, and as an owner, I want to change that. I want to make sure that the city knows our players the same way they know the Hawks players and the United players and the Braves players. We got to have players' pictures in restaurants and businesses the same way the Hawks players are, the Braves players are, the Falcons players are. So it's a growing process, and I'm so thankful for how they've adopted me because I came here 9-10 years ago, and that's why I wanted to play for the Dream, because I live here, and the city treated me like one of their own, and I love them right back.
Well, we love you, Renee. Thank you so much. We're so thankful for you, always with great energy. Guys, we'll be right back after this break, and we'll have